Well, Jim, why don't we go over the ratings here? This is AEW Dynamite for November 8th, 2023 on TBS. On average, AEW Dynamite was watched by 804,000 viewers.
Okay, on the low end of their range every week.
And let's go to the quarterly breakdowns. These were compiled by WrestleNomics. Quarter 1, 8 to 8:15 p.m. MJF's live promo and confrontation or discussion with Adam Cole, Daniel Garcia, Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, Roderick Strong, and The Kingdom, followed by the beginning of MJF versus Daniel Garcia with picture-in-picture, 892,000 viewers.
Okay, that's, I think it's less than they started out with last week, but with the average, they will probably hold and then fall off a cliff if I'm looking at the average and the starting point appropriately.
Well, quarter 2, 8:15 to 8:30 p.m., the continuation of MJF versus Daniel Garcia, the post-match with Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, and then an ad break. I was about to say ad break is their partner. And then an ad break.
He was Ad Santel's partner.
A Mark Briscoe video. Very good. And then the beginning, the entirety of Daniel. I can't talk. Darby Allin and Sting versus the Outrunners. And that post-match, 827,000 viewers.
Ouch. Okay. They got to hold steady from here.
Well, quarter 3, 8:30 to 8:45 p.m. The Tony Storm Hikaru Shida sit-down in black and white promo. And the beginning of Penta El Zero Miedo versus Swerve Strickland with picture-in-picture. 814,000 viewers.
Jesus. So that's 78,000 viewers in the first 45 minutes have departed, but they're getting rapidly close to their average, so they either got to pick something up or stabilize pretty soon.
Quarter 4, 8:45 to 9 p.m. The continuation of Penta El Zero Miedo versus Swerve Strickland. The post-match with Adam Page and his chair. Jay White's backstage promo. Kenny Omega video. An ad break. Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega confronted by the Young Bucks backstage. 818,000 viewers.
So they pretty much stayed steady there, 4,000 difference. And we're coming into the 9 o'clock hour, which, as we mentioned, was Samoa Joe and that young whippersnapper Keith Lee.
The big 9 o'clock hour, Samoa Joe versus Bearcat Keith Lee with picture-in-picture, followed by a Joe promo and then Orange Cassidy's promo. 866,000 viewers.
Okay, so they did pick up 48,000 people at the top of the hour. Now the question is, according to what I'm looking at from their overall average and the quarters they've done, is it going to be quarter 6, 7, or 8 that falls off a fucking cliff? Because they got to go back down.
Quarter 6, 9:15 to 9:30 p.m. The Guns versus the Bollywood Boys, followed by a Guns promo, followed by a Moxley backstage promo, followed by an ad break, and then the start of Red Velvet versus Julia Hart with picture-in-picture. 769,000 viewers.
There you go. 97,000 people said sayonara.
Quarter 7, 9:30 to 9:45 p.m. The continuation of Red Velvet versus Julia Hart. The post-match with Willow Nightingale, Sky Blue, and Chris Statlander. RJ City talks with Mariah May. An ad break. And the start of Mark Briscoe versus Jay White. 696,000 viewers.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, there went another 73,000 people. They lost 169,000 viewers in 45 minutes.
And finally, quarter 8, 9:45 to 10 p.m., the continuation of Mark Briscoe versus Jay White, picture-in-picture ads. And the post-match with MJF and the Bullet Club Gold, 750,000 viewers.
So the MJF factor gets them back 54,000 people at the end to see what might happen, probably amongst them, all with that.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe, who's talented, and they've done nothing to establish him on this show against Jay White, who they're pushing as hard as they can, well, in their own way, against MJF, including giving him a victory, having him punk MJF out, stealing his belt, and no one is going to tune in to watch him. There's the problem. They pushed someone into the main event that no one was ready for. At least amongst domesticated and domestic wrestling fans who
are they paper trained?
As long as they don't watch New Japan already, they're probably not going to accept Jay White in this role as he's been presented.
So the low point on the show was 196,000 viewers below where they started, and the end of the show, which was the second lowest point, was 142,000 below what they started, but that's still not as big a percentage as they normally lose. So this was a victory. The other week they lost about 30%, didn't they? This would only be less than 20%.
Oh, just wait until Vanderpump returns.
That guy's pissing me off. He makes all these rules. We don't even know who he is or what he looks like, and he draws all these big ratings.